Hello everyone, my name is Brianne Lazinski. I am the creator of Soul's Compass Healing, which is an online platform where I offer evolutionary astrology, energy, and Akashic record readings. Please look up my website, it's listed in the description below. I am here today with you to talk about this Taurus full moon lunar eclipse happening on October 28th, 2023. You will probably see me gazing out onto this beautiful valley. My soul's compass brought me to my homelands for this eclipse season. And so I am seeing this beautiful valley covered in snow, as this is where winter comes early. And I am smelling the sweetgrass, and I'm hearing the brutal cold wind, which is why I'm not outside, and I am feeling the expansiveness of this space. And I have discovered an even deeper appreciation for the support that Mother Earth has given me and continues to give me. My hope is that all of you can feel the depth of support that is available to us through our dear Mother Earth. Okay, today I'm going to talk about this full moon in Taurus. Noticing what the felt senses in the body are communicating. It's often something subconscious, hidden, beneath the surface. You know, the analogy is the iceberg beneath the surface. And I'm drawing this all together because the sun is with Mars and Mercury in the sign of Scorpio, illuminating this full moon. So what is the body communicating? Understanding the body by understanding that right now the body is going through this mercurial process, right, where it's dissecting and labeling what's going on. So something that might be very helpful right now is stopping to realize how the body feels. Noticing any tightness, any tenseness, and noticing the level of breath that is flowing in and out of the body. This can be influenced by many factors: the present environment, history, relational context, or dynamics. And I'm going to be talking about this term. We are biopsychosocial creatures. So take that moment to take a deep breath. This is the simplicity of the Taurus medicine. You know, we are emerging out of a 1.5 year overarching cycle of the medicine of Taurus and the Scorpio axis, right? And so something that has been very, very beneficial for me has been to realize, just stop and check in with my body, and to realize that sometimes I'm barely breathing at all, and to allow a deep belly breath to come in, and or if there's a tense holding somewhere in the body, to just invite it any tiny little bit to relax. And it's something that is like continually needing to come back to the drawing board. You know, it's like 10 seconds later, 30 seconds later, 6 hours later, whenever I check in with myself again, it's like I literally need to do those steps over again. And I think A lot of us are in that same boat where our body uh, has grown accustomed to being in a mode of protection. Okay. So we're coming back to life's simple pleasures and necessities, and this is potent medicine for healing, especially healing trauma, which so often is that iceberg beneath the surface. And I just also want to mention that with this moon sexy quadrate Venus, who's ruling this moon in Virgo, the integration of reclaiming sensual freedom and pleasure involves a reckoning with the guilt that has been deeply conditioned into us. I also want to mention that this moon is in first quarter square to Chariklo in Aquarius. So it may feel like creating the time and space for these healing moments is out of reach or unavailable. It can also feel like something occurred and the necessary reaction is to dig into these deep healing moments of embodiment. Like a chemical reaction, it's just simply necessary for our body to clear that trauma. Continuing to talk about the discovery of what is below the surface and what arises from the depths of the psyche through the body and how the body communicates, and using that as information. The body is an information station. An example of this is the uneasy feeling of anxiety that begins in the stomach and affects our thoughts and behaviors. This alone can be quite a discovery of what is below the surface, is if we are not aware of the anxiety, right? Like, I've chewed my nails, just a random example, but like I've chewed my nails as long as I can remember, and it wasn't until, I was a full-on adult before I realized that it was linked to anxiety. And of course, anxiety, or whatever phenomenon we are talking about that is arising in the body, there is always a long string of a biopsychosocial reality linked to it, okay, which causes the anxiety or whatever it is that we are noticing come up in our body. So anxiety, it's a one-word label for a very complex chain of cause and effect, is it not? The bio part of this, so I'm trying to break this down here. We humans have a biology, the intelligence of the body and mind, and all of the body's parts and systems working together. We humans have a psychology. The psyche is the most unseen, subconscious place where everything resides. So bio, psycho, and now social. The environment and relationships and societal, cultural contexts. We all have all of these things. We are all human. No one is no one is gets out of this being a part of the human experience. This biopsychosocial experience is clearly complex, Scorpio. And I'm very thankful for Gabor Mate and others who are pulling together research and experience and helping people heal and understand these hidden beneath the surface realities of trauma and healing. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. Okay, y'all. I wish that you could see this, but the camera is not going to do it justice. The full moon is literally coming out from behind a cloud right now, rising over the valley. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. Oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. Okay. I also want to talk about this moon conjunct Jupiter in Taurus, who's retrograde. An illumination of the beliefs, knowings, and cosmological or overarching truths that reside in the body. Why do they reside in our body? For survival. Oh my goodness. The body's wisdom is always online and is doing so much in the background of our awareness in order to protect, preserve, and survive. This is the authenticity of the body. It doesn't matter if a belief or knowing is labeled healthy, unhealthy, unhelpful, helpful. It has its evidence or reason to be there. And so it will be there until the evidence or reason changes. All right, so this is any mechanism, any pattern of behavior, any sign of illness or health in the body will, I think, subscribe to this phenomenon where the body has its intelligence, it has its wisdom, it has a reason why it does everything. And so feeling safe in the body is integral to healing the body and going through that process of going into the body to that point, that reason of why the body is doing this or that, and doing the healing there, shifting that so that the body has reason or evidence or trust to believe that it is okay to operate in a new way if that old way is no longer helpful or supportive. And this is what I'm really passionate about because, yeah, I really like to get to the root of things. If y'all haven't noticed, I have a Taurus moon. Yeah, it's this embodiment piece is a huge part of my work and why I'm doing what I'm doing, and it's been a huge piece of my healing journey and continues to be. Anyways, with Jupiter retrograde, might it be possible that there may be a review of the body's wisdom? A review of the beliefs, survival mechanisms, and knowings that have been stored in the body since its formation? To review this in detail would be overwhelming, and so much of it is hidden in the subconscious for safekeeping. With the Sun, Mars, Mercury, all in Scorpio illuminating this full moon, we can learn how to follow the leading edge of our evolution, Mars, by listening to the body in its myriad of ways that it communicates to us, Mercury, in order to know, Jupiter, the survival mechanisms that the body operates with. Very little of our conscious awareness, Taurus. This moon in Taurus represents safety. This is the work of mapping out safety and unsafety within the body. Becoming embodied is no easy task for most humans. and it is never too late. There is plenty of trauma in the psyche of the collective and in each human as an individual. Periods of dissociation or disembodiment serve as to communicate that the body, mind, heart has reached a capacity in which it cannot hold anymore. It is overwhelmed. And that is the body's wisdom. And that is welcome. That is how we survive. It is a step on the healing journey, not the final destination. And so this is where I want to come back to that medicine of taking those moments to just notice how the body is feeling, how the body is breathing, and to continually come back no matter how many times. And it can be frustrating, you know, like I just took a deep breath and literally a minute later I'm taking shallow breaths again. It's okay, just take another deep breath when you notice, you know. There is, this moon is also trine Juno in Virgo. So all of this deep inner work may call for a refining of relationships. As the body's wisdom becomes clearer, the internal knowing of who is safe to be with or not will be refined. Which of course means changes in relationships may be necessary. This moon is sextile Vesta in the sign of Cancer. Similarly, the body's wisdom may show us the level of safety that is felt as we go about our work in the world. This can be paid work or whatever we are dedicated to, whatever we're stoking the fire to, whatever flame we are fanning. It should be quite obvious where there has been an imbalance between family and work, and the caveat here is that imbalance is nothing negative. There's always times when there's an oscillation between family requires more attention, work requires more attention. However, the overall assessment of how we function in our bodies amidst these two big aspects of life, family and work, is an important one. You know, how is the body doing tending to all of this? Where does the body feel safe? I would like to dive into Venus and talking a bit more about her. I want to talk about the fact that Venus is in Virgo, trining Pluto in Capricorn. So all of what I've talked about so far, plus all of the thousands of other ways that this can manifest, is all for our evolution. Crisis in relationship with self and other for evolutionary growth can be a tough pill to swallow. And so we lean into ancestral support and the support from Mother Earth. Venus is sextile Ceres in Scorpio. This is another aspect of support, is mothering oneself through this. And Venus is opposing Neptune. So Venus is ruling this full moon in Taurus. And with her opposition to Neptune, this deep dive into the wisdom of the body may bring newfound understanding of the personal and transpersonal love, its intersections, crossovers, differences, and deceptions. And I want to share with you a quote from a amazing book, one of the best books I've ever read, The Smell of Rain on Dust by Martin Pritchell. Yeah. Okay. The eloquence of our affection for one another keeps the world healthy. Praise and the depth of our grief expressed for one another keeps the world in love. Love is health. And so I could continue to ramble, but I'm going to leave it there for today. Mainly, I just want to get the point across that slowing down right now is medicine. And to remember that this is a lunar eclipse, and therefore these dynamics is foreshadowing the next 6+ months of our time here. And that we have time. We have time to unearth and re-earth all of this. And wishing all of you the medicine of slowness and of grounding during this very difficult period that humanity continues to go through. Alrighty, folks, I'm gonna wrap it up. I will see you on the flip side, and until then, move slowly.